You know, some cars are just different. They're bold. They're loud. They are unapologetically American. And for over 50 years, the Dodge Challenger has been exactly that. More than just a car, it's a statement. From its high-octane birth back in 1970 to its final thundering roar in 2023, this is the story of how a latecomer to the pony car party became an absolute legend. So get this line is from a 1970 brochure. And it wasn't just some catchy marketing slogan, it was basically a mission statement. Dodge wasn't just selling you a way to get around, they were selling you an identity. It's like they were looking you right in the eye and asking, hey, are you bold enough for this car? It was a challenge, baked right into the name.
And that challenge really kicked off in 1970. I mean, the pony car wars were already in full swing with the Mustang and the Camaro, but when the Challenger showed up, it made a massive, immediate impact. It was built on Chrysler's new E-body platform, and it was just bigger and meaner than its sibling, the Plymouth Barracuda. It had a longer wheelbase, a more luxurious interior. Dodge was really positioning it as the top dog pony car. This thing had presence.
And here's what's just wild from the get-go: the sheer number of choices. Dodge basically threw every engine they had at the Challenger. You could get a sensible slant 6 if you just wanted to cruise, or you could go all in for the absolute legend, the 426 Hemi, nicknamed the Elephant Motor, churning out a just monstrous 425 horsepower. This wasn't just one car, it was like an entire lineup in a single body.
Oh, and there was no way you were going to miss one of these driving by. Dodge's high-impact colors were every bit as loud as their engines. I mean, names like Plum Crazy, Sublime, and Go Mango weren't just paint codes. They were declarations of rebellion. Yeah, this was not a car for blending in. It was a car designed to scream, "Look at me!"
And don't think for a second this was all just for show. The Challenger had some serious racing cred. The TA model, that stands for Trans Am, was a homologation special. Dodge actually built these street versions, complete with those awesome side-exit exhausts and a fiberglass hood, just so they could go compete in the SCCA racing series. It was literally a race car for the road.
Now you know how it goes. The good times couldn't last forever. A perfect storm was brewing, and it was about to bring the entire muscle car world to its knees.
So, what happened? Well, first up, the 1973 OPEC oil embargo. All of a sudden, you had these crazy long lines at gas stations, prices went through the roof, and those thirsty V8s started to look kind of reckless. Then came the Clean Air Act, which forced automakers to slash emissions, and, well, horsepower went with them. The muscle car era was, for all intents and purposes, over.
So when the Challenger name finally came back in 1978, man, it was just a shadow of its former self. That beastly Hemi V8 was long gone, replaced by a tiny 4-cylinder engine. It wasn't even an American muscle car anymore. It was a rebadged Mitsubishi Galant. See, Chrysler was in deep financial trouble, so they partnered with Mitsubishi, and this little economy coupe was a result. For the fans of the original, yeah, it was pretty much a travesty.
All right, so for almost 25 years, the Challenger name just sat there, dormant. But then, in 2008, Dodge decided it was time for the King to make a comeback.
And wow, what a comeback it was. I mean, Dodge absolutely nailed it. The new Challenger perfectly captured the soul of the 1970 original. You got the long hood, that aggressive stance, all those iconic lines. But it backed it all up with modern engineering, modern safety, and of course, a whole lot of modern power.
But see, Dodge wasn't just happy to bring the Challenger back. Oh no, they wanted to make a statement. And what came next was basically a decade-long horsepower arms race, with Dodge just constantly pushing the limits of what a factory car could even do.
It all kicked off in 2015 with this one single number, 707, the SRT Hellcat. That's 707 horsepower. That number was just absurd. It completely shocked the entire car world. Dodge had officially put everyone else on notice. The muscle car was back, and believe me, it was more powerful than ever.
You'd think they'd stop there, right? Nope. In 2018, they went and unleashed the SRT Demon, 840 horsepower. This was a car so laser-focused on the drag strip that it came with an option for just one seat and could literally lift its front wheels off the ground when it launched. It was pure, unadulterated insanity straight from the factory.
And that, well, that brings us to the end of an era. For its grand finale, Dodge decided to create one last, ultimate gas-powered Challenger, a final roar for the legendary Hemi engine. So, Say hello to the 2023 Challenger SRT Demon 170. And yeah, you're reading that right. 1,025 horsepower. On E85 fuel, this is, without a doubt, the most powerful production muscle car ever built, period. So what does all that power get you? Well, it gets you from 0 to 60 in just 1.66 seconds. That's not just fast. It actually pulls the highest G-force of any production car out there. It's a number that's almost impossible to even wrap your head around.
And this little detail, it just perfectly sums up this car's entire attitude. It is so ridiculously fast that it is officially banned from competing in NHRA drag races right out of the factory. It's literally too fast for the rules. I mean, come on, what a perfect rebellious way to send off the gas-powered Challenger.
So, as that final Hemi roar fades away, Dodge, like everyone else, is facing a huge question. What does a muscle car even mean in an electric world?
I mean, really, is the roar just gone forever? Can you even have a muscle car without the sound, without the fury of a V8? Is the soul of the machine lost?
Well, Dodge has an answer. And this is it. The all-new Charger Daytona. Now, while the Challenger nameplate is taking a little break, its spirit is clearly living on in this new electric muscle car. Dodge even engineered a patent-pending exhaust system to give this EV a roar that's worthy of its heritage. It's basically proof that the chase for more power isn't over. Not by a long shot. It's just evolving.
You know, from those wild, plum-crazy paint jobs all the way to a 1,000-horsepower grand finale, the Dodge Challenger was never, ever just about getting from point A to point B. It was about freedom, rebellion, and that relentless, unapologetic pursuit of power. It's a statement on wheels. And yeah, even though the sound of muscle might be changing, that legendary attitude, that's never going to die.